write large programs in main functions because it is difficult to manage and implement all the code at the same place. That makes the program large and complicated task. Such programs, if we get any error, it becomes a risky task to rectify them. To write such a program with ease, it should be split into number of independent tasks which can be easily designed, implemented and managed. This process of splitting a large program into small manageable tasks and designing them independently is popularly called modular programming or divide and conquer technique. So a function is a self-contained block of statements that carries out a specific well-defined task or operation. So there are two types of functions: system defined functions and user defined functions. System defined functions, these are library functions because their definition is grouped into files known as library files. For examples of such functions are math.lib, graphics.library, etc. And the declaration of these functions are present in header files. For example, stdio.h, which stands for standard input output header file, math.h, string.h, iostream.h, etc. So user defined, second category of functions are user defined functions. These are created by the user or the programmer to perform their own specific task. For example, display, sum, whatever the user gives the name to the function, it is called user defined function. So generally, to write a function, the functions have three types of components. They are function prototype or prototype of the function, definition of the function, and third one is function call. Third one is function call. So first one, prototype of the function. This is the main thing when writing the functions. So how to write a function? So a function contains three types. First part of the function is return type, and after the space we have to write the function name, and within the open and close parenthesis we have to give the parameter list or argument list. If there are more than one parameter list or argument list, they should be separated with commas. So for example, here it is a void message open and close parenthesis semicolon. So this is a function prototype. So here void is a return type. If we give void as return type, it does not return any value when the function is called. So message is the name of the function, and this message function is not taking any parameters or any type of arguments. And the other example here it is int sum, int x comma int y. So here the return type of the sum function is integer, and it is taking two arguments, integer x and integer y. When the function is called, the actual values to be supplied in this place as arguments. For example, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, etc. like that. So for this function sum, the return type is int because it has to return at least one value when the function is called. So because this function is going to return a value, for this reason the return type is int. The second component of the function is definition of the function. Definition of the function is simply called as body of the function, where the actual statements, what kind of task this function is going to be performed, is written here. So the syntax is as follows: return type, function name, parameter list, and programming statements. For the above example, void message, we are writing a single statement. This message is going to print a statement that this is a sample of function. So void message open and close parenthesis, between open and closing parenthesis we have to write the programming statements. And the second function int sum, which is taking two arguments, int x and int y. For this, the piece of code is here we are declaring a variable z as of type integer, and x plus y is going to be stored in z. Whenever this sum function is called from main function, it has to return the result. So that is why return statement, because this is having a return type integer. Third component of the functions are function call. So to call a function, simply give the function name and a semicolon whenever it is called. So the example is like this: message semicolon sum. Because this function is taking two arguments, so I have written two arguments, 10 and 20. The sample program about the function is as follows. This is the header file, hash include stdio.h, and here the prototype of the functions, void message and int sum, int x, int y. These are the arguments of the function sum. So this is the function, these are the function prototype of the function, prototype of function. And this is, after that, the function body or definition of the function, void message, int sum. So this is definition of function, definition of function. And in the main function we are calling the functions which are prototyped and which are defined before the main. We can define the functions before the main function or after the main function also. This is function call. This is function call. And the output of the program is like this. This is a sample program, because we have called message function in main, and we have called sum of 10, 20 and storing the results into C. Because the function has returned the results, we have to catch the results in main function. That is why we are storing the results in C and we are printing it here it in main function itself. So the sum is 30. This is the output of the function. Thank you.